NASA's plan to launch its most ambitious moonshot in 50 years has been delayed. This is the giant SLS rocket at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida this morning. It was supposed to launch today, but the plan was scrubbed because of fuel leaks. When it does launch, this Artemis 1 mission will not include crew. NASA's goal is to land astronauts on the moon in 2025 or 26. Mark Strassmann is at the Kennedy Space Center for us this morning, as he has been for so many milestones in space travel. So, Mark, what happened?
Well, major disappointment, John. Number one, 4 minutes before the launch window was to open, we got a message from the launch director, mission scrubbed, a no-go for today. And the issue came up during the fueling of the SLS rocket that you're looking at right there. And here's what happened. So there are 4 main engines in the core stage. They were loading the liquid oxygen and the liquid hydrogen, the propellant that drives the rocket to space. The liquid hydrogen was the issue. For some reason, they could not get the liquid hydrogen to properly chill one of the 4 main engines. And this went on for several hours. And again, just as the launch window was to open, they called the mission, apparently because either they couldn't figure out why the issue was popping up or they needed more time to fix what had come up. But either way, the decision simply was like, we just can't pull this off today. We've waited a half century for an ambitious moonshot like this. If we have to wait a few more days or a few more weeks, depending how significant this is, then that's just what we're going to do.
Mark, tell me about the days and weeks, that period you just mentioned. What happens next during that period?
Well, it kind of depends what goes on out there, John, what the issue is, what the fix is. The earliest, let's say it's a fairly simple fix, a relatively simple fix. The earliest they would launch again is this Friday. They have a 2-hour launch window that opens at almost 1 p.m. Eastern time on Friday. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario, they have to haul it back into the garage, the vehicle assembly building, and fix what's wrong. And honestly, depending how bad it is, I mean, we could see a launch weeks from now. It could go on in later this month. It could go on late in October. I mean, we just don't know. Well, all we know at this point is that something has come up. And once again, there've been years of delay with this rocket, production delays, and now we're having a launch delay. Not nearly as significant. Of course, you want safety first and success second. And for both those reasons, I think they said, look, we're just gonna hold off and wait until we're more comfortable and confident that this thing is working just as it ought to.
All right, Mark, more details to come. Thanks so much.